Hi, how you going? My name's Kate Kaufmann and I'm going to be talking to you today just simply about training special populations. You just need to take extra care, make alternatives basically when you are treating somebody that may have an injury or may not be up to a really good health at the moment. So you just have to take that into consideration. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is hypertension, so high blood pressure. Okay, Bella and Mitchell, my previous clients that I took, they were both injury-free and really healthy, so that was really good. But sometimes they're not, as I've said. So yeah, hypertension. So high blood pressure. A normal blood pressure is 120, is considered 120 over 80 or less. Anything 140 or over is high. So if you're taking a client, a male 45 and over and a female generally 50 and over, you want to have them either take their blood pressure or have them see a doctor before they commence training with you, just to be safe, because that's the best way. So having high blood pressure, you want to avoid heavy weight, so especially weight above your head. It just puts too much pressure on your heart, and then they'll be more stressed, and that's just gonna be worse for their condition. Okay, so stuff like squatting with weights, using the rower, dumbbells, that's just going to put that, as I said, extra stress on their body and just be a little bit dangerous, where you'd rather be safe. You always want to be safe when you're training. Okay, so you want to avoid them holding their breath as well, which can happen when they're under load. So as I said, lifting weight or having an inverted posture. So avoid that at all costs. Cardio that they can participate in would be on the bike and the rower. But you just, as the trainer, you want to be keeping an eye on their heart rate, just to, as I said, be sure. So the max heart rate, you calculate that by 220 minus their age, and then 60% of that is the max heart rate for a client with hypertension. Okay, so another form of exercise that they could do would be circuit training. So resistance training would be really good. Obviously, a lot of body weight resistance training before they got better. Okay, so and then endurance training is a really good way to strengthen them up, and maybe try endurance training before you commence such cardio, so you just know what level they're at. Yeah. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is a client with a knee injury. So a knee injury is pain felt in the anterior or posterior area of the knee. Could be medial, lateral, left or right. It's the client, so it could be anywhere in their knee region. Okay, so this could be due to injury, arthritis, wear and tear, having surgeries, so, and being back from surgery, sometimes your knee's not going to be as strong as it was, so you want to take that into consideration. But you would know if your client had surgery from your pre-screen, so you just want to make sure you know everything that they've been through. Okay, so knee injury, obviously want to avoid jumping, limit running, because that's just impact on the knee continuously. So you want to pretty much limit that. Walking is okay, but running, because you're at a higher pace, yeah. Okay, so cardio that you could do, the bike, because you're off the ground and you're not jumping on that knee, there's no impact on the knee, which is really good. You could start swimming, because that's really good. The water's acting as a resistance, and could really just get your knee moving. You want to avoid the rower, because you're moving, as you know, using the rower is a lot of movement through your knee, like back and forth, and like I said, like you want to minimize that injury being worse. Okay, so you don't want to be doing things like lunges, squats, like, and if like, so you don't want to be doing lunges and squats, like maybe a few, but if they're sore, like no, you don't. You want to avoid that at all costs, because you don't want to make the injury worse. And if you are, just body weight stuff, so no extra weight until that knee is strong again and ready to be rebuilt. So lunges, as I said, you'd kind of want to avoid them, but it would depend on the injury and the pain of the client. So if they feel comfortable doing maybe just like 1 set of 10, that could help to build strength back into that injury. Okay, so when you are performing squats and lunges, you want to be watching and tracking of the knee. As you're doing the squats and the lunges, it's going to be building up that strength and the ligaments before you move on to weighted squats and lunges. Okay. Having the client stand in front of a mirror and watching themselves perform the squats would be really good. They can see what they're doing wrong with their knee. This is for all training really, but in the injury it would be really good. They can see probably when they're squatting down where that pain hits and how their knee reacts, which would be really good to coming back into it. And then when they're comfortable, they'll know the right way to commence training again. Okay. So things that are good and something else that can strengthen your knee, walking. That's just going to get that movement flowing back in your knee without putting too much impact on the knee. Calf raises, because you're not, like, it's a different part of your leg, but it's still going to be connected to that knee, obviously. So, and stretching the IT band is a highly recommended strength for a knee injury. So just to be building up those ligaments and getting them better as soon as possible would be the best thing for an injury. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to talk to you about is lower back pain. Okay, so lower back pain is pain felt in the lower thoracic region of the spine, generally caused by arthritis, disc misplacement, injury, basic inflammation, maybe just stretching. So it can obviously be like a high injury or just a low. So that depends on how you're going to heal this. Okay, so obviously your back is one of the most important structures in your body. So you don't want to be putting, if you're injured, you don't want to be putting more stress on it. So you want to be avoiding squats, deadlifts, crunches, because you're just using that lower back mainly. Rowing, all these exercises are putting a high load on the spine, which you want to avoid, obviously. Okay, so, but alternatively, using the fit ball up against the wall and doing squats like that would take the strain off your lower back, and you're still able to do exercise in that way. So you're not limited to no exercise. Stretching is probably one of the best things. Using one of the rollers to just roll your body out, get those knots out if that's the problem. But they're really good for your whole body. Holds to build up that core strength, to get that back more stability, and get the midsection of your body as strong as possible. You're using that through all exercise. On the bike, on just walking, obviously to injury, if it's hurting, you're not going to do it, but these are the best things to get back into exercise. Body weighted exercise. So you want to be building up your endurance before commencing with weight. So just doing body weighted exercises before moving into like weighted stuff. And stretching, and so thank you.